fuck is this? Switch 2 in Japan will have 2 different versions. Japanese language only versions. 334 multi-language system. Nintendo, so you telling me, hold on. You telling me it costs almost like 100? What? You said check the other link? What?
Mario Kart Worlds physical version will be $90.
Where's the stuff at? $449? $449? To be fair, the price of the console isn't bad. It's not bad. You know why? Because it's like you got to think about the dock, the cooling. It comes automatically with the dock. Because like if we're thinking like if I could compare this console to like, for example, the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck costs a little pricey. And then especially if you get the dock separate, it's like an extra like $70, $80.
I must save everyone spamming links. Just go to the Discord community channel, all extra info is there.
Hold on. On the Discord shit. He said $450 with $80. Fuck is you talking about $80 games? Where the fuck does it say $80 games? 699 Canadian for the bundle Mario Kart? Joke price for trash hardware? That's too expensive? Look, I don't think the console is too expensive. I think it's at the just right price. But honestly speaking, if it was OLED, it could have been easily like $500.
Once again, physical Mario Kart is $90.
Nah, hold on. I gotta see this shit.
Bitch, stop complaining. Us Canadians gotta pay $700 for the console and $800 without taxes for the console.
You telling me to stop
Mario
complaining?
Kart.
Hey, Kless. Bitch, I didn't choose to live in Canada. You chose that life. Motherfucker, you chose that difficulty level, motherfucker. You looked at the difficulty slider and you said, you know what? Let me pick Canada, motherfucker. Don't you dare come in here talking about that shit. Motherfucker coming at me talking about, bitch, you chose to live over there. Goddamn, you said the game prices? Thank you, Kless, for the $2. What? It would be more expensive physically than digitally? 90 freaking euros? Nah, I don't like that. What if Nintendo servers go down then? All my games are lost to the end of time. What? That shit's pricey as fuck. 80 doubloons? They don't want you to own nothing? You said get that bundle, bro?
So about that shit wanting for physically, you still wanna get it, Keku?
You know what? Better yet, this is what I could do, Huge Lucky Noah. When the Switch 2 comes out...
I was joking. I love you, don't hurt me. Still, lend me some coins.
Thank you, Kless. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 2, bro. Thank you. Huge Lucky Noah, like I was saying, right? When the Switch 2 comes out, kids is going to buy it. Well, not the kids. The parents are going to buy it for the kids. I'm going to wait for the holiday season, right? So then when the holiday season come around, I'm going to be the Grinch. The Grinch. How the Grinch has stole Christmas. Owe me 5. Right? I'm going to wait till Christmas time. All the parents is going to buy Christmas gifts for the kids. I'm going to be a porch pirate. Fuck it. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm going to be a porch pirate. Any package I see, I'm just going to yoink it. I don't care what's inside of it. I'm just going to hope that it's a Switch. Hey. In GTA. But god damn, bro, $80? You said that's how you end up with the 13 Dragon
You're saving
dildos.
a ton of money for getting the Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart World. We're gonna be living in a digital world with Switch 2 cause physical is too damn expensive.
Oh my god, man. Physical.
Everyone agrees with you. Under Nintendo's tweets and community posts, no one is getting Mario Kart by itself because its price. It's either bundle or boycott. But even worse is this. From Ozzy. Link.
This, right? This is the one I just pressed. $90 for physical games that are secretly digital games. Insert the game key card into the system. Step 2. The game itself isn't included on the game key card, so you'll have to download it before.
On the Nintendo website for DK, there's an asterisk next to the price saying manufacturer's suggested retail price. Actual price may vary. It's not looking good.
No way. So the game cartridges aren't even physical. So the physical games aren't even in the physical cartridges. You said the UI you wanted? Hold on. What was this other link? The UI I wanted. What's this? No. That's why they didn't show the UI. I kept talking about that. I said, where's the user interface? Do we got themes? Anything? This is please. Look at this motherfucking Nintendo dick sucker.
On
Oh
Japan,
my
China,
God.
and Taiwan, and Nintendo make the Switch in Taiwan, so shit might go up in price.
This Nintendo dick sucker. Who cares? This thing is a game console first and foremost, and it succeeds in that regard. I'm like, oh my God, bro. It's like, come on. Notice how they never showed the price in the direct? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bro, yo. I mean, the console is soulless, so I don't know what you expected. He says, who complain about stuff like this is so pointless. I'm like, bro, you know who's the people that complain about this? Is people who grew up with the era of when Nintendo actually let us customize our like home screens and shit. We grew up in that era. These motherfuckers was probably born in like fucking 2012 or some goofy shit. Deltarune is gonna be $25 and the rest of the chapters will be free updates. No way. I feel like Toby Fox should have charged more realistically. Like if Toby Fox was to be like $40, I would have purchased that shit. I don't care. Here's some pre-order prices that are going in Walmart. Let me see. Yo, Donkey Kong Bonanza, that cover art is tough. Damn. $80. $80?
I am a Mario Kart fanboy first and foremost. Not even Splatoon. Mario Kart. And I am not getting that shit for $80 fucking dollars.
That's a lot of money. 3 games is running you damn near like $200+. 8, 16, 24, $240, not including tax. You paying $250+ for 3 games. What the fuck, bro? God damn. Yeah, Kirby's 82.
Keep the game box's design. Shit looks like Windows 11. I stole that joke.
Oh my God. He said, I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom and Kirby are how much? Plus, I have no idea. $70? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild US version. They're re-releasing this game on the Switch too. For $70? It's a re-release of a game that's already out. How much extra shit did they put in there for it to warrant that $70 price tag though? That's wild. You say it's enhanced. I mean, they showed us a little snippet of it and I didn't see too much enhancement. Maybe it runs smoother? Oh, because of the mobile app? Come on, dog. That's pricey as hell.
The reception to the Switch 2 during the Direct and after the Direct is crazy. This is all people are talking about.
You said when those tariffs hit, is that what it is? Is it the tariffs? Where's your love for Nintendo now? Where is your God? Man, those prices are making me look for new hobbies. Think I'll look into. He says kayak. I would look at the kayaking.
There is a little bit of a saving grace, however. If you already own the game and you have the expansion pass, you get the enhanced versions of games you own for free. There's also this. Thank God. Link.
Let me see, bro. Compatible. All right, all these are compatible with the Switch 2. OG Switch dock not compatible because you need the fan in the back. Nintendo Switch AC adapter no longer compatible. The HDMI cable included with the OG Nintendo Switch is not compatible. OG micro SD cards not compatible. Nintendo GameCube controller adapter is compatible. The Ring-Con is not compatible. I'm shaking in my boots. Wow. Because of HDR. You said it's region locked? Yeah. They made it. They definitely
made it.
The
worst part about this is that Nintendo fans are trying to defend the game prices by blaming it on the Trump tariffs without releasing that every other country is charging more than the usual prices. This is just pure greed by Nintendo.
Damn,
also,
bro.
the Switch 2 Pro controllers cost more than the PS5 controller.
No way, really?
Also, there's a Japanese-only version of the Switch 2 that we can't buy cause the price there is not affected by tariffs.
Nintendo Switch 2 is region locked to Japan accounts in Japan because 334 USD.
All of a sudden the rumors of GTA 6 going for $100 don't sound so crazy now.
Yeah.
Nintendo is starting a really dangerous precedent from this point onwards. This might
80?
legit lead to a second video game crash. This is bad.
Yo, it is bad. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all, chat. As much as I love how the Switch 2 so far is looking, I feel like all this shit just costs a lot of money. This is a lot of money, bro. Almost $500 for the console. And then if you want to get the game physically, $80 a pop.
Remember, the game industry as a whole is trying to push for $80 to $100 game standard. PP are blaming Trump because he just signed his tariffs plan today, but pricing doesn't work like that. Nintendo making JP version of Switch as a way to kill three birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Pro JP consumer move and also combats overseas scalpers and tariffs.
Oh, man. Oh, is that why they made a Japanese exclusive version of one so the scalpers can't buy them? And then the people in Japan, they could just get their consoles and play them? Is that the reason?
Nintendo having a PS3, PS Vita and pseudo PS5 moment all in one. The JP only system is because the yen is absolutely ass. Don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next products.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I might stick with my Steam Deck and my PlayStation for a while. I'm gonna be watching other people. I'm gonna be watching the rich content creators play the new Mario Kart when it's out, and I'm just gonna be looking like that one SpongeBob meme where Squidward is looking out the window. I don't think I'm gonna get that shit day one. You said wait for the OLED? I don't know, bro, but I don't think I'm gonna rush and buy it day one because it's very pricey, bro. That's very pricey. That's very pricey. You said read this. Nintendo added anti-scalper measures for the Switch 2 pre-order invites. Customers must have purchased a Nintendo Switch Online membership for at least 12 months and played 50 plus gameplay hours on Switch 1. No way. I have all those credentials, and I've had the Switch Nintendo Online for like 2-3 years before I cancel my shit. You said majority of people's excitement died when they read the fine print. Damn, bro, but I'm not gonna lie. The direct was fire though, and the shit that they showed was fire. I wish that they went more deep dive into how the user interface looks, but then now somebody posted the screenshot and it's like, damn, bro, you could have given us themes. I'm glad we have game chat. I'm glad that we have like that, you know, the camera, we could share gameplay and shit, but it's like, bro, give us some customization options in the home menu. Read Afro's things, Mario Kart roster, by the way. Maybe there's going to be more shown. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You could be Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosalina. Motherfucking Toad. You could be Yoshi. You could be Wario. That's not new Donkey Kong. That's not new Donkey Kong. That's Donkey Kong. We got Bowser. We got Toad. Then we got Waluigi. Then we got fucking... And then we got freaking... Baby Mario. Baby Luigi. Ah, whatever the fuck she makes. Wow. Then we got... Here we go. Off the rails. Then we got... Whatever the fuck this is. Is that a Buzzy Beetle? The coin purse from Naruto? Cheep Cheeps. I don't know what noises Cheep Cheep makes. Baby Bowser. Rah! Wow, wow, wow. Then we got Baby. We got Nabbit. We got the stupid ass penguin. Ah! Then we got freaking Chain Chomp Petey Piranha. You could be the snowman, bro. You could be the dolphin. You could be the stupid ass bony fish. You could be Pokey. You could be the bootlegged ghost. You could be Lactose bitch ass. You could be the crab from the OG Mario and Luigi freaking side scroller. You could be the football kid. The Moo Moo. You could be a Del fucking Fino.
What I really despise is this industry's attempt to kill physical media. They gave us bangers but they're trying to make us pay so much for games that can essentially be taken away from us at any given moment.
I agree.
We don't own these digital products.
Yes, that's the shit that sucks. That's the shit that sucks, that we don't own any of the digital products. That's why, like, I specifically was like, I wanted to get these games physically when they came out on the Switch too. But the fact that the games aren't even on the cartridge is blowing my mind low-key. Once Nintendo Switch 2 servers die, a lot of games are going to disappear.
All these characters but still no Diddy.
Diddy. Thank you for the biddies, Electric. You could be an Isle Delfino. You could be the stupid ass... The freaking bee from Mario Party 2. You could be Swooper. You could be the yo, you could drive around as this stupid ass bitch from Gelato Beach. The fucking flipper big lip bird. The freaking chucker. Oh my god, that shit is funny. That shit is funny. You could be these guys. They're called a Cataquack. Very funny. Yo, I like that you could change the outfits.
For those asking for proof, it's under Nintendo press release, so it's not free to all. Go to 155 link.
I hate this motherfucker. Popular, not so popular games now. Game Explain. Oh. Let's get it.
Hiccups or something. Those upgrades, if you
Buy
already own on Switch 1.
Don't update it and wait for the hacks to pirate with the absurd pricing and anti-consumer stuff they're pulling for physical.
Battery life confirmed. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me watch this real quick.
Oh boy, I don't mean to bring the mood down, everyone, but we got some bad news when it comes to prices for Switch.
Yo, it's so crazy. So everybody in the beginning was mad happy and shit when this direct happened, but then when all the legal fine prints started coming out, yo, everybody started doing a whole 180. They were like, we gotta pay how much for what? How much is this? Wait a minute. How much is... Yo, god damn. You said Nintendo stocks plummeting.
Switch 2.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that direct was really solid, bro. Like, they were going crazy in that shit.
Good news too, because Nintendo has revealed the price for this thing is actually $450. I think it's probably at least $50 higher than most people were expecting, which also means I'm guessing Nintendo's not going to drop the price of the Switch 1.
I repeat,
so $450
you
for
have
this
to
baby.
be a member
Do you
to
think
access
that's worth
this press release. That's why you cannot access this info.
You have to be a member to access the press release. Oh. You said it was good, but they never went into the fine print. Imagine nearly paying $500 and the full price on all those games, even re-releases. No, that's the crazy part. The fact that Nintendo even has the balls to re-release OG Breath of the Wild for that $70 price tag is ludicrous. If anything, maximum in my opinion should have been like $30. 40 super maximum. Super maximum $40. Super maximum. And I'm being generous. Like, I feel like max should be like $30 because the game has already been out. But I know Nintendo, the thing is with Nintendo is that they have IP exclusives. So it's kind of like they feel this sense of like, oh, you could only play this shit here. So you're going to pay whatever the fuck we're going to tell you. It's the console exclusive shit. So hold on. Switch 2 battery life. Oh my God. You guys are sending me shit. Hold on. 2 to 6.5 hours. For comparison, original Switch battery life is 4.5 to 9 hours. I mean, it's expected because I'm not even going to lie to you. That's how much the Steam Deck as well, their battery life usually varies depending on what type of game you play. If you play a game that's like heavily, processing power and a lot of shit, you're probably only going to get like 3 hours to 3.5 hours. So realistically speaking, this is not going to like down me out.
For comparison, you could buy an oak chair for $40, a cool red mat for $30, and a neatly folded noose for $20.
Neatly
and you still
folded
have
noose?
$350 to spare in your bank account.
Yo, this man said neatly folded noose. My God, Kless. You're making me Monka S a little bit, bro. You're scaring me. Thank you, Kless. Sheesh. Hold on.
At that price, are you still going to pick it up? I know I will, but that is unfortunately more than I wanted to spend. And that continues with the software news. This is not good, chat. This is not good. Here we go. Are you ready? Better grin and bear it. Mario Kart World is going to cost $80 US.
Yo, and Nintendo was the first one to do it too, and everybody was wondering who was going to be the first person to do that 80. And you know what's crazy, chat? I still, to this day, no cap, I still haven't even gotten over the $70 price tag. Sometimes when I see games come out and I see 70, I still be like, $70? And the fact that now, like, I'm still not even used to $70 price tags, they're already going to 80? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, Nintendo. And look, hot take. Look, I'm gonna be shitting on Nintendo a little bit. Nintendo, y'all the last company to even be doing that $80 price tag shit, though. Y'all the last ones. Like, if anything, I would have 100% expected this shit from Sony. Because Sony be making their games look crazy, like, graphically and shit. But it's like, Nintendo, y'all wildin' for that. Oh, my gosh. Y'all wildin' for $80, bro. What about Microsoft? I mean, Xbox is having a bad time, but even Microsoft, I would have expected it too. I would have expected it from Sony or Microsoft. But Nintendo being the first person to be like, all right, fuck it, we're going to start doing $80 price tag games is insane. You said GTA 6 is 100% going to be $100? Most likely. Because I'm not going to lie, Nintendo doing this just kind of like greenlit the whole fucking, they just greenlit the whole gaming industry. The whole gaming industry right now is probably looking at their papers. They're probably like, oh shit, we were gonna sell this shit in like 6 months for $70. Turn that shit into an 8. Turn that shit to an 8. Yeah. Tamagotchi life. Turn that shit to an 80. Yup, $80. Yeah, fuck these Americans. Trump tried to do a tariff on us. $80. Oh, by the way, make a Japan exclusive. Make the games $30 for us. $80 for America. Yes. Fuck! Bro, like, come on, man. Shit. If PlayStation starts doing that, no one will buy that shit. Bro, at this point, I feel like no one's going to buy games like that, period. I'm not going to lie. Chat, unless I really, really want it. There's only, like, some games I really, really, really want. Like, for example, the new Kingdom Hearts installment. AI Somnium Files coming out. Silk Song.
Man, screw this. I'm awake next to Walmart at launch day. First guy to come out with a Switch 2, I'm a beat his ass and
yes.
take that shit. I ain't paying $800 CAD.
You say $800. You say I'm not buying GTA. I ain't paying $800 Canadian. Nah, definitely. If anything, wait. Look, it's hard to say wait it out too because Nintendo's the type of person that they never lower their prices. They never lower their prices. That's the bad thing about Nintendo too, because at least other gaming companies, sometimes there's chances where like they reduce the prices on their consoles and shit, but Nintendo be sticking with that shit. Nintendo can have a game that's 6 years old and they still sell it for full retail pricing as if the game just came out. He said Breath of the Wild is still fucking $60, bro. You said there's a asterisk to say that the price is subject to change. It's still possible. Hopefully, look, even $70 is a fucking lot. But hopefully, check pinned. Hold on. I gotta see what the hell he said here. Let me see.
At least for the physical version. The retail version will apparently be a little bit cheaper. I don't have the exact price here for that, but I do have the European price, which you can see is $10 cheaper for the digital version as compared to physical. So this kind of sucks because this is punishing.
Yo, Canada and the Europeans, bro, they pissed. Yo.
If we're lucky like with the 3Ds, Nintendo sees it not selling and they drop it a few beans, pray for the beta testers if that happens.
You said if we're lucky with the 3DS, like the 3DS Nintendo sees not selling, they drop a few beans. Okay. Yo, I think they're gonna change. There's no way. So many people are so mad. They stuck with Ice Soup. 90 in Europe. That means ambassador program. Thank you for the follow.
Punishing, two people, consumers for wanting physical, but also punishing stores as well. Retailers, I can't imagine.
Oh, you know what? Nintendo's also probably doing this price change thing and making it more expensive because you could do the share play thing. Maybe Nintendo's like, but with Mario Kart, it's going to be $80 because if you physically own the game, all your friends around you could play it and they don't have to own it. I mean, kind of true, but it's like, damn. The DS didn't do that. Damn, bro. You said they ain't do that when we had on the DS. That's what I'm saying, bro. You said, isn't GameShare paid? Wait, is GameShare is paid too? You have to. What do you mean paid? You have to have Nintendo Online to do GameShare like locally? I thought it was free. I don't think so. Okay, good. I was gonna say hell no. If you need Nintendo Switch Online to do GameShare, that shit's ass.
You're gonna be happy about this because that's a disincentive for people to buy it physically. The slightly good news, still bad news, there's only good news in the context of this, is Donkey Kong Banana. An amazing looking, both these games look amazing by the way. Donkey Kong Banana,
Donkey Kong,
it's only going to be...
Donkey Kong looks tough. Like, I'm excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, the fact that Donkey Kong getting so much love lately, like, come on, bro, that's the boy.
$70, which is what we were already fearing based on Tears of the Kingdom. So this is the good news in that it's the minimal price increase we were kind of partially expecting but still fearing. Mario Kart's the really bad news. Once again though, digital is cheaper on Donkey Kong, so technically if you buy it cheaper, it's I think going to be below that $70 price, again based on these European prices. So that sucks. That straight up sucks. That's unfortunate, and this one makes me really worried if we're looking at an $80 feature for some of the bigger games. In any case, let's move on to the slightly good news, being that Nintendo has confirmed some of the upgraded versions available on Switch 2 for existing games, specifically being Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, I have like hiccups or something. Those upgrades, if you already own it on Switch 1, will be free on Switch 2 if you're an NSO expansion pack member, I believe. Hold on, let me double check.
All right, I get it. So you need to have Nintendo Switch Online. You need to be a member. Are they gonna like increase the charge every month for the Nintendo Switch Online shit?
This is an expansion pack. Yeah, expansion pack. If you're an expansion pack member, it will be free.
Okay.
I don't think this applies to the other games we found about, including Kirby and Mario Party Jamboree. I'm not 100% sure on that, but for now it seems to only apply to the Zelda. So that's good news. You can play those games better than ever now on Switch 2 for free if you're expansion pack member. Good value. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate these $80, $70 prices though. Or what I presume to be $70. Also, the website's launched for Mario Kart 9, or Mario Kart World, I'm sorry, Force of Habit. We'll probably be doing a tour of this soon if it's worth it, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. That's the news. Is it bad for you? Are you still buying Switch 2? What do you think of this? Is that a price too far? Has Nintendo gone crazy?
Nintendo went crazy, and the part that scares me the most is I feel like Nintendo will not back down. I think Nintendo's gonna be like, fuck y'all. Cause y'all know, cause I feel like Nintendo, I don't know, bro. I feel like Nintendo will not back down. I feel like Nintendo will be like, yo, I know you motherfuckers will buy it regardless. I don't think Nintendo's gonna fold. I think they're gonna sell it the way that it is, and they're gonna be like, bitch, you wanna play? Here it is. If you don't wanna play, they're gonna hit us with the Pokemon. If you're a broke boy, just say so. And I'm gonna be there like, I'm a broke boy. I'm fucked, bro. They gonna hit me with that shit. I'm crying. They adding anybody. Little freaking look, and they got the guy from Isle Delfino, the little Bones. How the hell is he grabbing onto the motorcycle? Yo, Pianta with the turbines in the back. Bro, they got the little penguin. Yo, cute ass Goomba driving with his feet. Goomba driving with his feet, bro. Cute ass little Goomba driving with his fucking feet. Nah, chat. Send me more links. Are there any more links? That's insane. The prices for the accessories? Hold on.
Hello, more news. Ozzy wanted to send that link.
Oh, thank you, Kless. I appreciate you. $80? Oh my god, bro.
Now watch. The
Yo,
community
PK Sparks.
is gonna discover the meta, and we will see lobbies full of pinatas running the Dick Rider Turbo 500 with roller tires.
Yo, one of the mods. Shout out to my boy PK Sparks, man. Yo, thank you, bro. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. How you doing, PK? Hopefully you had a great stream today. Hopefully you chilling like a villain, bro. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was just looking at all the freaking, goddamn, followers. What's up, followers? What's up, new followers? Welcome. Yo, PK, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at a lot of this shit. Bro, this Switch 2 shit looking expensive. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I came in like this. Like, once the direct was happening, I was digging in my pocket, about to pull out some wallets and bills, and then once I saw the price, I was like, God damn, bro. They got, yo, these prices is getting crazy. I said, nah, bro. Let me put my hand back in my pocket real quick. What? They going insane. Look at this. The Switch 2 Pro controller is 80 doubloons. HD Rumble. Otra vez. Look, again with the HD Rumble, bro. They bringing back the HD Rumble. Yo, thank you to the new followers. I appreciate y'all. Man, built-in amiibo functionality. Cool. Motion controls. Capture button. C button for game chat. It got the haptic. Not the haptic. It got the mappable buttons in the back. Audio jack. Cool, cool. Looks nice. They got rid of the translucent thing. I like the fact that the other controller was kind of like see-through. They got rid of that like little aspect, I guess, like to differentiate itself. Looks nice though. I don't hate it. But god damn, that shit pricey. Yeah! The left and right Joy-Con, $90? Yo, this shit better not have no goddamn drift!
I'll buy it when Splatoon 4 drops. Until then, I'm using my standard Pro.
Bro, $90, bro, for some fucking Joy-Cons? Bro, these joysticks better be made with... Dude, if this shit has the same drift issue... They definitely getting drift, bro. $90 Joy-Cons. Like, I know that, like, they have the mouse functionality and shit, but god damn.
In calling it, the mouse function is gonna have drift.
Nah, bro, you're probably gonna need, like, a proper, like a player mat. Like a Nintendo licensed player mat to play it. God damn, $34 for the charging grip.
Retro when he got a face mouse Joy-Con players in Splatoon 4, he gonna drop the game faster than he did with 3.
$34? What? He got to face mouse Joy-Con players in Splatoon 4? Hey, man. Hey, man. That's going to suck. The Joy-Con 2 strap. Pause. Each of the Joy-Con 2 straps, controller used to strap and be allowed to stability when using mouse controls. Okay. Wait, does it come with the straps? Oh, it does come with it. All right, cool. Hex no. $50? What's the quality on this? Is it 1080p? USB-C? All right. God damn, the Switch 2 dock set is $109 with an asterisk? Damn. The camera's not that bad. The camera seems to have AI.
In 4 Nintendo releases a mouse pad for the Joy-Cons and it also costs $90 for some reason.
You said a mouse pad for the Joy-Cons? I wouldn't be surprised.
I am worried because if Splatoon 4 has mouse aiming, we're cooked.
Oh.
You're gonna be getting laser snapped by every eliter.
Yo, yes, I was just gonna say that. I could just imagine like the splatter scope players, they're all gonna be, it's gonna be like a Call of Duty lobby. Everybody's gonna be with the interventions trying to do quick scopes.
Man, I can't wait to use the Switch 2 camera on PC on a Microsoft Teams call.
Oh. You're gonna have your Zoom camera on and they're gonna see you mad choppy. They're gonna be like, hey, and you're gonna be like, lagging in and out. Terrible. Terrible. Larger screens usually leads to more power consumption. Not surprising. It's about what the Steam Deck does for similar titles. That's what I said. That's what I said. The Steam Deck. There's no way. I mean, that's why I'm not going too crazy over the battery life on this, because I'm like, I have a Steam Deck and the battery life is roughly around there depending on what type of game you play. Kless's Link. All right, hold on. Kless, I got you. So, bro, so the actual game is not really on the physical cards. It's only game key cards. You still have to download the games. You said XX full game download via internet required. You need the internet. So the physical shit don't even matter. It says full game download via internet required. See back. So that means, so what if you don't have internet? What if you're just the type of person where you're like, yo, I don't connect my console at all to the internet. I just play my games physically. I go to the store, pick it up, plug it in, and I just play. That means that if you plug this shit in, the game will be like, you need to connect online. You can't even play the shit out the box physically. Better get that router. But you get a pretty nice box art. Oh my God, that's so bad, bro. Yo. You said, and the codes can expire, by the way.
They did this because they understand that the physical media is very valued. So this is their happy in between until we enter the digital age.
This is ass. You said the box art? Let me see the box art. I ain't gonna lie, that Donkey Kong Bonanza box art looking tough as fuck. Tough as fuck, bro. Donkey Kong getting the game is so freaking cool. Nintendo, I'm gonna say this again. These motherfuckers, Nintendo is bold as hell for re-releasing these 2 games for $70. They're smoking crack cocaine. I don't know who's in charge, but they're smoking crack. Insert the game thing. Download the game. The game itself isn't included on the game key card, so you'll have to download it before you can play. When you insert the game key card, further instructions will be displayed on the home menu. Please follow the instructions to download the game. That's crazy! Bro, isn't that false advertising though? So then why the fuck they said, oh, there's a digital version and a physical version? None of them is physical. They're both digital. It's false advertising, bro. Which one, Mento? Let me see. Register your interest to buy from My Nintendo Store. Register interest? Damn, bro. I gotta get the pre-order link. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let me register. Imagine if I receive a shit. There's no way I'll receive a shit. There's no way. I'm gonna register. Oh, I was already logged in on my shit. I'm gonna see if I can register and see what happens. You said, of course? Nah, bro. Guess what? Guess what? If I get it, right? If I get the link and then they're like, Retro, you can now buy the console. I'll buy it.
This is the song that plays when the MFS at Nintendo chose to make those games $90. Link.
Everything around you is rubbery and bouncy. Everything around you is rubbery and bouncy. Everything around you is rubbery and bouncy. Look at those boxes, they're rubbery and fucking bouncy. Damn, bruh. Yo, I remember this song in City Trial. The second the song started popping up, you looked up, all you saw was the boxes doing kick flips. You're like, all the boxes are bouncing. All the boxes are bouncing. That's crazy, bro. Damn. Let me see this shit, bro. Eligible Nintendo account holders will receive an email when it's time to purchase. Funny. Funny. You said, by the way, you cannot use the cartridge on another Switch or the share. No way. No way they did that too. Are you sure they did that shit? To download the game, you must have enough free space on your Nintendo Switch to play the game. It's only required when you launch the game for the first time. After this, the game can be started even without an internet connection. However, like regular physical hardware, the game key card must be inserted into the system in order to play the game. Bro, you cannot use the cartridge on another Switch or share the game if it's a key card. The key card works like Steam keys. Once it's used, there's 0 point maintaining it. So in all honesty, it's not even really physical, because one thing I used to do with my sisters is that if I bought like a game that I really enjoyed on the Switch, I would give it to them. I'd be like, yo, you should play this game. And I gave the game cartridge to my sisters so they could play it. So now you telling me if you get a game physically, it's only for you. And I can't even like let my sisters play the game on their console afterwards. So it's not even, so realistically, Nintendo's false advertising. It's not really physical media. That's insane. Nintendo, how the hell y'all had like one of the most fire directs and then like everything is going to shit now? Like
Man,
this?
I don't know anymore. It feels like they're going back to the good old days, but I want to own what I buy.
Yeah. I feel like the only way Nintendo's going to actually like back down is if they realize, oh shit, nobody wants to buy the console and their sales look bad. But I feel like the Nintendo fans at the core, Like the diehard fans, they're not gonna care. They're just gonna buy it and just say fuck it. Oh, Nintendo also stopping the gold reward points got me fucked up. You saw how they never even mentioned that? And I remember when people were saying like, hey, maybe they're going to start a new program because this is for the Switch 1. They completely just destroyed the gold program, and then they kind of was just like, I mean, okay, look, maybe I'm speaking too early. We still have like a little bit of a ways until like, you know, the Switch 2. Maybe they're going to have another program. But I don't know, bro. They didn't say anything. Week 1 of release, highest selling console in 24 hours? Probably. I'm not going to lie, probably. The cartridge will work as a verification.
This is why their game share explanation was so convoluted. You're lending games you don't even own to friends who can only play them for a limited time.
Yup. That's why, chat, there's this thing where it's like, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Oh, chat, this is making me sad, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. Even with the screen being an LCD, I was still like excited as fuck for this shit. And now it's just like, no, I can't believe like all this shit is happening, dude. Anti-consumer practices just hurt us. You says Yakuza today? Nah, not today, bro. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But Yakuza, bro, if we go to Yakuza, we're going straight back into kart racing and trying to become the Mesu King. You said, so the Steam Deck is still valid. What's crazy is that the Steam Deck is literally a console that's doing everything that everybody hates about Nintendo. I mean, it's doing the thing that everybody hates that Nintendo's currently doing, where it's like everything on the Steam Deck, there's no physical hardware. Everything that you own on the Steam Deck is digital. I have like a bunch of digital games on my Steam Deck. But I don't know. I feel like the thing is, it's different with Nintendo because it's kind of like we grew up in an era where we owned all our physical copies. That's why we have so much of our childhood games still physically with us, and we can still replay them shits like it's nothing. But then when we're seeing the way that they're like transforming from like, hey, we can have our physical shits, and now we're no longer having our physical shit, it hits different compared to like me owning a Steam Deck. Because the Steam Deck, I'm like, I already knew what the fuck I was getting into type shit. And I already like knew that I had like digital games on Steam, so I wanted to just get the Steam Deck so I could play them shits. He says, so you can share games if people, you can share what? You can share games if people with people, but if you have to be family and local to pair up, it's gonna be for like 14 days until it goes back to your account because you can't play the game itself while being shared. Check out the pin. You said I still own a copy of Banjo-Kazooie. So you can share games. Let me see. Everything. Robbery and bounty. Okay, so let's clear some things up about the common confusion. After the Direct, Nintendo announced Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards. These are fake physical copies. Yo.
This is fair from the subject, but damn Sony trying to stop me from being proficient. Lol. BTW. Sony and Capcom get started on Monster Hunter Stories 3. Fuck Nintendo. Y'all suck.
What the hell are you talking about? My man went to a freaking Monster Hunter. You went to a, bro. He went straight from, man. I can't even talk about Monster Hunter right now, bro. What are you sending me? Hold on, give me a sec. Let me read this. Thank you for the 2, bro. Hold on, let me see. He said, after the Direct, Nintendo announced Nintendo Switch 2 game cards. These are fake physical copies of the games that contain nothing but an access key. You have to insert into the game card slot to play the game, meaning you download the game and need that physical access card to play it. These are not replacing physical games. Those still exist. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming entirely on a 64 gigabyte cart as an example. This is actually replacing what some companies have done for years. To make this a smidge more user friendly. There's resale value now. You said this is not something that we should be upset about. We should be upset. Any third party tries to take advantage and sell fake physical copies. Nintendo's just making it a little bit better for us. Wait, what? Not every card is going to be a key? But now the question is, how do we know which key? How do we know which card is a key and which card is an actual game in it? It's like, I guess we're going to have to read every fine print now. Every time we buy a game, yeah, it's going to say it on the box. So we're going to have to like literally read it on the box and be like, you said, damn, forced to read. Damn, bro, I'm getting put into positions I don't want to be. Now they're forcing me to read, bro. God damn. They're forcing me to read. I don't want to read. What the hell you doing? You hunting? I want to try the bow and arrow. You just shooting up in the butt? You trying to solo him? That shit look cool as fuck. I never seen bow gameplay. What happened to your shit? Oh, they booted you. Your shit crash?
What the fuck just happened?
Sony said the console overheated. They turned his shit off. They turned off his lights. The console said it's done. Everything is getting rubbery and bouncy. What? Yo, you can get $175 for your OLED, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, chat. My OLED is still so pristine, bro. Like, my OLED Switch is still so crispy new. Like, it's crispy new. You know what I gotta do, bro? I gotta find a way to jailbreak that bitch, bro, and homebrew it. If I can homebrew my OLED Switch, I could go crazy. Let me homebrew that bitch. Yup, I want to homebrew the OLED. On God. You said sell your OG Switch? Nah, I can't sell the OLED. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, Delta. I'm the type of person that when it comes to video game consoles, I have an attachment to each console I buy. That's why I own so much retro consoles. Every one of those consoles to me is kind of like a story. I can't go to like a place and trade it in and sell it. It feels weird to me. Every console I get, like, I'm attached to it. In some way, shape, or form, there's like a memory with every console that I purchased that I would look back at that console and I'd be like, oh, I remember the times I used to play these games on this console type shit. Like, to just sell it? Hell no. But I do want to homebrew the OLED if there's a way to do it. You said I wish I had my silver PS2 Slim. Ooh, the silver one was nice. I'm not going to lie.